does the job. Watermelon OG. Fine.
Let's see. Record.
Are you guys test the mics?
Test. Can y'all give me a test? Can y'all give me a test?
Check
Can y'all
one,
give me a
two.
test?
Check one.
Check
two.
1, 2.
All right, gentlemen. What's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of the Gaslight Boys. I am your host, my homeboy Dodger, and I am here with these two lovable maniacos, my brother Hazard, and then the homie Frank. I like coffee and girls. So we're missing one, and I figure we'll just start it off like this, no?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So I know everybody's like, "Where's my brother?" The Born Crazy CEO, my brother Raer. So Raer is gonna be rotating in and out as he is one of the head engineers at the wrecking spot.
Yeah.
So we're getting a little bit busy nowadays, so it's a good thing. But he will be in and out as he told us he will be back. Don't worry, but we're gonna be our third chair is gonna be rotating between Mr. Frank over here.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be rotating between Frank, Raer, and DJ Nympharg is gonna be our rotating chair.
Let's get it.
Shout out
So
to
that's
Nympharg.
so. I think Frank. Hey, I think you just kind of you went from like reoccurring guest to like fucking reoccurring calls.
Yeah, fool. Shout out to you guys.
Which
Appreciate
I'm
that.
with it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
I'm really with it. Yeah.
I gotta stop cussing. All right. So what's going on, dog? How's your week, fool?
I just got back from Vegas.
That's what I was
Yo,
gonna
I
ask.
saw
That's
that,
why I
bro.
asked you. Cause you went. Oh no, we can't even say none of that. Cause we went with our good friend,
Yeah.
the good friend of the podcast.
So good friend of the podcast, Primo. If y'all watch like episode 2 or 3, y'all know who that is. My baby cousin. He hit me up on some maybe 2 weeks ago. Cause I'm going to Vegas. I've just been so tunnel vision with everything, with the music and whatnot, that I was like, oh, that's dope, bro. Yeah, I wish I could go. You know, blah blah blah. And well, we, love to have you if you can come through. So then Saturday morning he hits me, drunk. Cuzzo, where you at? I've been drunk since last night, and we moving hotels. We're going over here, da da da. And I was just, I don't know what it was. I thought about it. I was like, I don't got nowhere to be this weekend. I got nowhere to be.
That's dope.
Like, why not? Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
So I looked at the missus like, let's run it up. You know?
See,
And-
but like Vegas to you is like.
It's just a quick weekend reset. Honestly, I use it as a mental reset. And I'm gonna tell a story. It relates to the.
Mental reset.
How do you get a mental reset?
I'm gonna tell you. Though.
Is it alcohol induced mental reset?
Not even. It's kind of
Elaborate,
deep,
bro,
but
elaborate.
it's kind of deep, but I'll get to it, right? So basically, I did a long time in the custody of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. I was at the beginning of the whole when they went from CDC to CDCR, and the whole rehabilitation thing. And I remember sitting in there and I was, I always had like fairly high points. I was like a high level 3. So, and then borderline level 4, they like held me in AdSeg and then just kicked me back out to the 3 when my points dropped,
Yeah.
at the next review. But, I was with homies that were never coming home. And we used to talk about, different stuff, like what they wish they could do or what have you. I had a couple OGs tell me like, bro, I never even left the hood. Like I never left the block. I've been locked up since I was 16. I'm never going to see the world. I'm going to die looking at these gray walls. Like you got a chance to, well, how old are you going to be when you get at the time? I'm doing 5 years and I'm thinking, man, like I'm never going home. Like, you know what I mean? It's bad. And the homies are looking at me like, fool, you're going to be a baby when you get out. Like, what are you doing? Go and like live your life. And I remember, go to Vegas, go see Vegas. Like it's, it's right there.
Yeah.
So when I came home, I did, and I loved it.
Mhm.
And I was like, this is dope. And I always have a little moment during the weekend where I'm like, man, this one for the homies. So it's crazy because I had somebody hit me that, is in a situation or whatever, and like we were chopping it up and he DM'd me or whatever, like, oh, you in Vegas? That's dope, bro. Whoa. I wish I could see Vegas. And we were just chopping it up for a second. He's like, I have one for me. So I sent him a little video like, hey, salud, And it meant a lot to him. And then it literally reminded me exactly why I like Vegas in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I came from exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, it has nothing to do with the actual. It's been, I kid you not, there's been weekends where I was in Vegas and I didn't even party because I was there working. Like I had, shouts out Percy. Snoop saw me. Shout out
Percy, right?
Armin Percy.
Yeah.
Him and his brother Bear, they had me out and I did an in-store at their clothing store last year. And I mean, I didn't party really that whole weekend. I was working. You know, I went here, I went there, I did an in-store, I did this, I did that, I did this photo shoot or video shoot, whatever we did. So for me, it's like, I just like the energy of the city. You know what I'm saying? I think because it's a 24-hour city, you know, you can kind of get into whatever you want at whatever time.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, I just like the energy of it.
Just like New York.
Similar, I was about to say that. Similar to New York, I think New York might actually truly be a 24-hour city.
Right.
Yeah, I think Vegas gets the label, but it's like unless you want to gamble and drink at 4 a.m, it's not real. You know, a lot of stuff closes. With New York, bro, you can get a chopped cheese at 3:30 in the morning. 4 in the morning, you know what I mean? But Vegas is similar in that way. You know, it's similar in the energy. So I just liked it, man. But it was just puras racheteadas the whole weekend. Fool. I drive out there, dog. As I'm cruising into Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Took like 100 milligrams of edibles as I'm cruising in.
Nothing major.
Nothing major, just a quick 100 milligrams, right? So took 100 milligrams, cruising. I'm hitting my Puff LA, right? Literally as I parked the car, like in the valet. I pulled in the valet, I took the 100 milligrams. I'm like, these will hit by the time I check in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Boom. Go through check-in, chopping it up with the lady at the desk. So my usual property is Planet Hollywood. I've been treated well there, and so I was chopping it up with the girl at the desk. They could see how many times you stood there. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
She's like, "You been here before?" I was like, "Yeah, a couple times." Yada yada. You know, slipped her a couple of dollars. I was like, "Yeah, you know, whatever you do to help," because I didn't pay nothing for the room.
Yeah.
It was real cheap. It was last minute, and she was, "Oh, thank you." Like she took her little tip, and then boop, junior suite. There you go. She said, "I got this room complimentary for you if you like it." I was like, "Yeah, run that." You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. Like you guys seen the stories. You seen it's a nice, like it's like an apartment. You know, like you walk in, it's like a living room, then a bedroom.
Whole suite, bro.
Yeah, it was nice. You know, they always look out, and then it just the racheteada just started from there, dude. Like it was all bad. It was in the best way possible. It was all bad. You know.
Nice.
I was my cousin was all happy. This fool been drinking all day. he a big old bear of a boy. So
I already know. And
he comes barreling down the hallway.
You just
like,
see fitted hat and beard.
That's it. You just see the cap low dog with the big old. That's hilarious, by the way. And this fool just, cuz was good. Like whoa. And we just started turning up, bro. This fool likes tequila. So I had
It's the Jalisciense in them.
this fool likes tequila, and so we had I had a bottle of Lalo. And I don't know if anybody's had tequila Lalo, or the Blanco. It's just a real smooth, no additive, completely organic, 100% agave tequila, and I really rock with it. He's like, "Man, I'm off the Julio." I'm like, "I got something better. Come here." So I showed him the Lalo, and he was just tragos. Like he was literally like pouring the Lalo into his cup, and just like he goes, "Cuzzo, this is bomb. What the?" I had to put him on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to put that fool on. Like I remember, I don't want to exaggerate, but I think one of the first times that fool was like off the 1942 was with me. You know what I'm saying? Back when I did when I did the Thotty's video into Cosmo across the street.
Yeah.
Had that fool off the 1942, you know? And he's just like, "Yeah, cuz I showed him a couple. I've always tried to show that fool like, look, if you're going to have a good time, do it right. You know?
No, that's real tough.
So like, you know, I've showed him a couple different cognacs that he liked or whiskeys, and he's like, "Damn, cuz what every time I turn around, you know?" So, but I was a good bro. It was so much like nonstop partying. I bumped it. Shout out to the homie Beto. So I got a supporter out in Vegas. This fool rocks with me hardcore.
That's what I was gonna ask you. So what happened to the food that you took on Bill and Ted's Wild Ride?
All right, check this out. I do this, okay? Like understand. Look, I do this. All right. I don't party with a lot of like hard illicit substances. If that's you, that's you. But I know how to have a good time. I know how to have a drink or three, and I could, you know, I know how to take a 100 or a couple 100 milligrams of some edibles and just fly. You know what I'm saying?
You're on cruise mode.
The homie hit me up. Shouts out to homie Beto. He's a single dad out in out in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? He's always taking care of his daughter. He's asked to meet me a couple times before. There was one time he pulled up on me. He's like, "Hey, bro, I got my daughter with me. Is that cool?" I'm like, "Yeah, you want a picture? Like, I don't care, you know." So he pulled up on me where I was eating at, and I finished dinner, and I went outside. He was there. He had his little girl with him. And then I think he went to the in-store as well that I did with RM and Percy and them last year. And then so he had told me, like, bro, like, you know, next time you come out, man, I want to party with you. And I told him, like, I'll try to give you some notice, bro. Get a sitter. You know what I'm saying? And, let's do this. And he's like, all right, cool. So I hit him that morning. I was like, hey, bro, look, you don't got a lot of notice. I'll be there in 6 hours. Get a sitter. And that fool did. He was like, I asked him, like, what? I said, what'd you do? What'd you do with baby girl? He's like, she could stay with her mom for a little bit. I'm like, I'm just like, all right, you know.
You know what I love though? Can I tell you what I love though? Is that your turn-ups or your whatever it is that you do, like maniacadas, turn-ups. Yeah. They're always responsible.
I try to be.
They're always responsible because it's like get a sitter.
Yeah.
And that time you call Rosie, it was like stretch.
Yeah. Stretch and hydrate. I said,
I'm about to say,
stretch and hydrate. Stretch and hydrate. You know what? Honestly, my thing is, doggy, like, look, I'm not a spring chick and I ain't 21, 22 years old. Like, we still got to live life after this. You know what I'm saying? It's like no, it's not you only live once, you only die once. You live every day if you do this right, you know? So it's like, so for me at least, I feel like, you know, why not have the best time possible and then take care of your business.
For sure. So
he pulls up on me. He got the sitter. He pulls up on me and he we just started drinking, bro. And the fool we started doing shots. Shouts out to this is my spot. It's a well-known local spot in Vegas. It's called the Stage Door Bar and Casino. It's on Flamingo and the Link Lane. It's behind the Cromwell and behind like the Flamingo, whatever, kind of across from the valet of, it's now called the Horseshoe. It used to be Bally's. So it's on Flamingo, going towards where they shot pot, going towards Flamingo and Koval. And it's this little bar. It's a Raider bar. Or at least it was like the official home, but they didn't have the stuff this time. They might have changed. I know last year was like the official Raider bar, but it's a local spot, bro. And they got cheap drinks. They got dollar beers, $5 Patron shots. I don't even like Patron, but if you give it to me for $5 a shot,
that's what I was about to say.
They got like $3-4
shots, bro.
They got like $3-4 Jaeger bombs. They got, I mean, bro, you can get lit there for cheap.
Hell yeah.
So we went. And homie was like, with the business, he bought the first round of shots. He was a gentleman. I was like, good looking out, bro. I'll buy you a shot, you know? And I think he might have bought the second round. So that fool wasn't even trying to let me pay. Like, he's a very humble dude and real cool. And then we walked outside and I said, here, hit this. So I gave him a shouts out Puff LA, but I gave him a Puff LA little stinger that comes in that nice little spray can. So I gave him a piece of the spray can. No. And it went from like bad to worse like that, homie. The homie was fine. And all of a sudden he looked at me like, he goes, hey fool, I gotta go home. And I was like, is baby girl? I'm thinking his daughter. Baby girl, she's with baby mom. I need to go home. And so I was like, let's go. So you talk about responsibility, took him to Valet Circle. I was like, get your Uber app out. Nice. Pull your first this is how bad he was twisted. He like gave himself directions to Walmart or something, right? He goes, no. That's it. Selected his address, whatever. I was like, all right, cool, just stand right here. We waited. Uber came, like, get this man home safely. You know what I'm saying? He hit me the next day too, like
what happened?
No, he hit me like he was like, thanks for the invite, Dick.
Shout out, what's his name?
The homie Beto.
Shout out Beto.
The homie Beto, man. That dude right there, man, like I said, I watch him handle business all the time. He's always got his child with him, whatever. And even as a parent, you should be able to let your hair down. But like I said, he's so responsible with it. He's like, you know, I always got my daughter, but if you're ever out here and our schedules line up, you know, because on the weekends I could usually get a sitter. I just don't do nothing. I don't, you know. So I just felt for him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like, you know what? Let me get this vato out. Let's get him drunk. If there's a woman with loose morals in the building, maybe she could meet him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When we go live, we do Gaslight Boyz live, we'll make sure that he get, and then we do it in Vegas, we'll make sure he gets
that'll be fun.
VIP access.
That'll be fun. Yeah, shouts out Beto.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But
So that was it. That was pretty much the extent of my weekend. It's just a lot of jokes, a blur, bro, because we left Saturday afternoon, and we were there till early Monday morning.
Nice.
But in the span of less than 48 hours, we killed the bottle of Lalo. We killed a bottle of vodka. We killed the better part of a bottle of Captain Morgan. And then, cause I'm a simple man. Like I'll be getting all the I'll get like all these fire ass liquors and I'll try them.
Yeah.
But I just drink Captain Morgan and Diet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out.
That's my, you know what I'm saying? I'm a simple guy, rum and Diet.
Shit, I grew up with.
You know what I'm saying? Because no matter where you go, they have that.
That's
If
true.
you get into like them specialty liquors, I could appreciate a good tequila. But I'm like, rum and Diet.
Can I tell you?
You know what's cool that you're starting to see at bars more often now? You're starting to see mezcal more around in like.
Definitely,
Really?
So,
definitely. Well, there's a whole like mezcal bar. You know what? In Shots, we were at Ghost Donkey at the Cosmo, and that's a tequila and mezcal bar.
okay.
And they got this, bro. We got to do a Vegas vlog. We got to do a Vegas trip.
When you want to do it, I just got. By the way, I just got the DJI Pocket 3 with the microphone. So we are gonna start doing vlogs, sir.
That's stupid fire. So basically, what was the question? What were we talking about?
Vegas.
Mezcal bar.
I was at the Ghost Donkey in the Cosmo. It's like a hidden. It's a hidden bar.
What does Ghost Donkey sound like? One of those 2008 dispensary weed names.
That's fire. That is so fire.
Like
Yeah. We off that Ghost Donkey, homie? 38%. No, was it hitting for that back then?
No, it was like that
31,
27. That's that 27% right here.
47% right here. But
Top notch.
we went to the Ghost Donkey. It's straight. They only have tequila and mezcal, and I think they have some beers.
Can you inform me again? What's the difference between tequila and mezcal, fool?
Let me see. All tequila is mezcal. Not all mezcal is tequila. I think I have that right. So in order to beat tequila, it has to be in the tequila region of Jalisco.
From what I've understood, it's a different process.
Yeah, there's a refinement.
It's just a different way.
There's a refinement of it.
Why did that sound like the homie told me one time? He goes, Mexicans are paisas, but not all paisas are Mexican.
So basically, if I have that right, so in order for it to be tequila, it has to be in the tequila region, whereas mezcal can come from Oaxaca. The best mezcal tends to come from Oaxaca.
Really?
I heard the opposite.
No.
No? Oh.
Yeah, tequila has to be from Jalisco. Tequila Jalisco.
Oh, yes. No, that's
Tequila
true.
has to be from tequila. The same thing like
Yes, that's true.
the same thing like a Bordeaux has to be from Bordeaux, France. The same thing that a cognac has to be from Cognac, France. That's a region. Yeah,
Like
those,
real
those
authentic ones.
yeah, those liquors are just named after wherever the hell they got made at. That's it.
Mhm.
So Cognac is a place in France. Bordeaux is a place, I believe, in France. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tequila is just the part of Jalisco that they make tequila in.
I just get excited because I'm liking mezcal a lot.
Mezcal is
More
mezcal is
lately than
good.
Tequila.
Mezcal is good. For some people, it's too smoky. That's
Yes.
what people say that they.
Everyone
But
says.
I like that earthiness. I think it's good.
Yeah, me too.
And my favorite drink is at Cosmo. My favorite drink in Vegas. My favorite single drink is at the Cosmo at the Ghost Donkey. It's called the Mezcal Old Fashioned, and they make it like an old fashioned. Big old rock. It looks like an old fashioned because it's brown liquor. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, and they put the bitters and they do, but it's with mezcal instead of whiskey.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Mezcal, and it's so good. I'm putting it this way: my lady don't like mezcal, but she likes the old mezcal old fashioned.
I was about to say that catches your I know you're an old
Yeah, I'm
fashioned
like,
fool.
ooh, that's
And then they have a mezcal based Negroni, if I'm not mistaken. And my buddy really liked that one.
dope.
So they got a couple different drinks that are considered like either rum based or whiskey based, but they do them with mezcal or tequila.
That's cool.
Fire.
Yeah, we gotta do a blog and
It's a dope vibe. It's like cramped. They always got loud music. They got piñatas hanging everywhere. It's dope. I rock with it. I actually do. I like this appropriation of my culture because if I can get the mezcal old fashioned in Vegas, bro, in my opinion, that's the best drink in Vegas. The mezcal old fashioned. I haven't had a single better drink. You know what I mean? Like that's unique to a place.
Yeah.
And by nature, they're always trying to make what's the drink we're talking about? What am I
Old
bringing
fashioned?
in? The old fashioned. They're always trying to make it smoky.
Yeah.
So I feel like that mezcal is probably
It's natural. Oh,
yeah,
my-
perfect.
bro, it's so
perfect
fire.
for yeah.
It's so fire. It's I'm not even joking around. It's like better than a lot of old
bet.
fashions that I've had.
I bet.
Really, really. I think the only one that I've had that kind of compares, like on that level, is the one from Morton's. If you ever been to Morton's Steakhouse, like they have I think they call it the Chicago or some shit. It's like an old fashioned that their first drink, they like invented it at their first location in Chicago, and it's just like steakhouse old fashioned. It's really good. That one's
That's
fire.
dope, bro.
That mezcal
dope.
old fashioned.
Vegas.
Let's do it. I mean, what?
For real.
We gotta take the Gaslight Boys to Vegas. That would be fire.
How was your week?
Yeah. Enough about me.
My week was alright. No, you already know.
A lot of
Explanation
of the rachetada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
My week, honestly, fool, it was long, and I've been seeing these memes and and it's so true, but I think I had to lock in, right? You've been seeing the memes that be like, "Hey, gentlemen, lock in," and then it's like you could fix a lot of your you see there I go cussing again. You could fix a lot of your issues by locking in, right?
Yeah.
But can I tell you, last week I was not locked in at all. I was doing red shit, bro.
Damn. Bro.
Did I catch you? Like, did I bump into you on accident?
You bumped into me on accident.
Doing some straight hood rat shit. Dog.
So this week, I'm gonna just say is we're locking in because we
Nice.
we're gonna lock in because I've been outside, dog. I gotta stop doing that for real.
I bumped. So I bumped. I'm gonna just say it like this, and you can just take this out if you need to. I bumped into Dodger while he was outside, and he had that look on his face like, "Oh shit, Dick, what are you doing here?" You're gonna have to clearly take this part out, right? But I bumped into homie outside, and he had that look like, "You're not supposed to be here." He literally said as much. He's like, "Didn't know you were gonna be here, bro." And I was like, "Huh? I'll talk to you later." Yeah, I'll talk to you later. All right. It's just one of those things. It's one of those like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Good seeing you, bro.
It was one of those.
Yeah. Good seeing you, bro. That was an interesting. I was just like, oh, I'm a boy outside.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
I'm gonna
cool,
be honest.
That's cool.
But honestly, just getting a lot of work done. We're curating a lot of content here coming soon.
Mhm.
I got your project coming out.
Yeah.
The first project coming out here shortly after. So I had him in the studio today. So I kind of just been running around.
That's right.
And with all the changes that we got going on, I think I just kind of been wrapping up and stuff. So we're gonna get ready for a lot more vlogs. I'm gonna start doing man in the street content. We're gonna start dropping content. Me and this fool Frank, and then you two. But me and him been hotboxing and
Devising a master plan.
and we've been hotboxing and recording our conversations.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love that.
This guy over here. Well, you gotta go check. You gotta check out the clip.
Yeah.
I have this clip. Well, I'm gonna post it today to promote that we're coming out a little bit later.
Bet.
But it's me and Frank, and then Frank goes, "Well, here's a question for all of us. So remember, you're like, I saw a reel, and then it was like, if a hyena tells me, if a hyena cheats on me, she better keep that shit to herself."
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Didn't you send that?
Yeah, I feel like that was me.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
me.
that's what he was saying. So he actually says that in the clip. He's all, I think it was Hazard that sent it.
Yeah.
That it was like, and then he goes, because I know, like, honestly, if I'm cheating on you, I ain't gonna say shit, bro. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I feel like
And isn't that the whole point of cheating? Like, you gotta stick with it. You can't just go and like let people know, that you're cheating on them. The whole point is to commit to the cheating. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at.
so.
You don't cheat.
So yeah, you don't cheat, Frank. Mexican man. No. So for real, I think what I see with that clip, I mean, like, it's people posting things for jokes and clicks or whatever.
Mhm.
In all seriousness, when did we get to the point where, like, making yourself look stupid was like, I'm gonna crash out, quote unquote, I guess is what they call it, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna crash out for the point of taking everything with me and everybody. It's like, for what? Especially, I'm just be real too. There's a societal double standard.
It really is.
There's a societal,
really
there's a
is.
societal double standard, like it or not. And this is what I try to explain. I have a daughter, and I try to explain it to her. Like, look, there's a societal double standard. No matter what you do, you quote unquote living your life is going to be viewed as you being a hoe. That's what it is, right? That's what the societal double standard is. The dude's a player, you know what I'm saying, and the ladies are hoes for it, and or pick whatever derogatory term you want to throw at them, right? Because there's really not. If you really think about it, there's really no insult for a dude. Everything's either like a psychological, oh, you're a gaslighter or a narcissist or this or that.
That's what I was going to say. I've been called a lot of things. I've been called a bueno para nada.
Bueno para nada.
I've been called an asshole. I've been called.
All of it is like my thing to that though is just like that double standard is. So why are you gonna put yourself out there like that? Okay, you cheated. Congrats, you got your lick back. Congrats, and keep it pushing. Shut up. Not everything is for everybody. Huck.
I'm gonna be real. Okay, so part of me doesn't want I'm with that.
Oh, here,
part of me doesn't want to know, but part of me wants to know way. Cause then I could just be like, you know what I'm saying?
So what would you do if you had a girlfriend, a wife, and she just one day just starts crying one morning and she's like, "Hey, bro, like I cheated on you, bro, like." You had not one clue.
Okay.
You didn't have one clue. You
want me to give you the married scenario, and you want me to give you the single scenario?
Just let me know what you would do, bro.
Because there's
You
philosophy
go about
behind
this
it.
way two ways.
Okay.
Because well, first of all, what's crashing out? Crashing out is putting hands on her, right? Because I'm gonna cuss out everybody. I cuss out a dog.
Right.
I cuss out.
No, I don't think
You get what I'm saying?
What I meant by the crashing out thing is the fact that she would be willing to just go, "Oh, I cheated on you and this and that." What are you doing? That's yes, you shouldn't hit. You shouldn't hit.
Yeah, she had an emotional crash out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You know?
so she did have an. I don't need emotional crash outs. Just leave.
Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah.
But it depends about. It depends on how I'm gonna handle it too. I'm gonna just.
I mean, all I was saying was that I don't need to know. Like, if I don't have a clue, bro, I literally.
Would you want her to stay with you?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't
Like,
know.
In this reality, I don't know shit.
Yeah,
bro,
that's
so
true.
It's not bothering me, bro.
He's
you know?
blind to the bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, if I was blind to the bullshit, like I literally had no clue, I would hate for her to tell me. I would.
Well, because then it's vindictive, right?
Yeah, because then it's like, oh, by the
vindictive.
way, I've been.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
vindictive.
really?
I dig
Oh,
it.
shit.
Yeah, I understand
Okay,
what you're
really?
saying.
That would just piss me off.
Well, I feel like, but that's probably the key difference between men and women, right? Because I feel like I know a lot of fools that are fairly honorable individuals, but I mean, they'll put their dick in a hot pocket if it gives consent. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real, right? So
Yeah.
for them, it's just about the quick, you know. And with the women, I feel like cheating's vindictive. You know what I mean? With women.
Yeah.
I don't think that it's always the case, but a lot of the time I feel like cheating with women is vindictive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for her then to then tell you, I feel like that's the point.
Yeah.
Whereas with men, they were just like, "Oh, I just stuck my dick in a hot pocket real quick. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I still love my lady. I still love my wife. Like it's no big deal."
Right. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
feel that.
so I think like if you got a fool that'll hump a hole in the wall, he's probably looking at it like, what? It's the joke of like, oh, after you find out that she started texting a guy when you've been with 30 different girls, and the guy's like, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's because of that though. I think it's because of the societal viewpoint of that women are gonna lead with their emotions, yada yada yada, so on and so
See,
forth.
but that also goes back to Frank going because I know if I'm cheating on you, I say shit.
Right. Right. Well,
something
that makes. I mean, I guess that makes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So to me, I feel like it was vindictive.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because she couldn't take it anymore, quote unquote. No, she's like, I did this
want
to
her
get back
affected.
at you. Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
actually get back at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the moment.
This is the moment that I'm about to have right now.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
is what it is.
Sure, bro.
You're gonna know that I did this.
Telling you.
You know?
I don't know how I would react to that because I've reacted to finding out. I've never reacted to being told.
Can I tell you something?
That's
I
valid.
think if you're married, and this is coming from someone that's not
Never been married.
okay, and I never been married. So,
Thank you for
But-
prefacing that, Frank.
but I'd like to think that if I made a commitment like that to someone, and she ever says, "Hey, I I fell short, I messed up, I did this,"
Mm.
I'd like to think that because I made that commitment, I'd be able to put up with that. So I'd like to think in my head, it'd be one of those things where I wouldn't trip. I'd be like, really? I'd probably have a long conversation, 4 or 5 hour conversation, like, hey, let's talk, like, what's going on? Why? Woo, woo, woo. But I like to think that I wouldn't blow up like a boyfriend would to a girlfriend.
I would like to.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I would really like to eat ice cream every single day and never get fat. But just some things aren't realistic, Frank. All right.
That's nice in theory.
Exactly.
That's nice in
Don't
theory.
say my bad, my bad.
That's nice in theory. So how?
I don't know, but in my head, that's how that plays out.
That's how it plays out. First of all, that's how I know it's a fallacy because fool, you told me I've never envisioned myself getting married.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Never.
So I think in all seriousness, until you actually get it from that person's mouth or just irrefutable evidence, either screenshots, text messages, videos, whatever case is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't know. Now,
Right.
having had that kind of happen to me or whatever, I was a lot younger. I remember, for me, I just went cold. I was like, "Word, that's what you're doing?" Bet.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then I never, like, that was it. That was the end with me and that person, whatever. And she went on her way, and like I never spoke to her like that again. You understand what I'm saying? And I ended up speaking to her, but it was never on no like, oh, like one time for the one time. It was just nah, we good.
It's only ever happened to me once, like that I really got petty.
Sure.
But it happened to me one time where, that's why I don't really blame her. But then I still got petty because I mean,
On principle.
on principle.
Sure.
But it was a girl. I'll tell you after. But it was a young lady that I was dating, and she ended up messing with the homie, and like getting in a whole relationship with the homie just out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So then I ended up slipping it to her cuñada way.
That's dope.
That's fire. So that's
So,
fire.
no, well, not her. No,
That's fire.
Not her cuñada. Her baby's tia.
Her baby's her sister.
No, the baby dad's sister.
Yeah, her cuñada.
Yeah, cuñada, right?
Yeah.
But she's not with the baby dad, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's close enough.
Yeah.
Where she probably felt that.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes you got cheat back, I guess.
We still talk
We
about
went
Get your
together,
lick back.
man. That's all I was
Oh,
saying.
you just got your lick back.
I just got my lip
On
back.
principle.
On principle, because I mean, I'm a joint fool.
That's
You know
why
what I'm
not. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I think.
What sign are you again?
I'm a Gemini dog.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah. Why?
That shit don't mean nothing.
Yeah, no.
Cause I'm trying to think. I'm like, oh, I knew a. I don't know. No, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, blame it on the day you were born and the way it started. I guess. I know you either scumbag or you're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
When
sure.
you're a toxic.
Yeah, exactly. What can you tell me by the fact that I'm a Gemini? That you were born in May.
That time of the year.
All right, so I'm gonna go in on a little bit of that. How do you feel about the hyenas that are super into like what is that, astrology? I was gonna call it astronomy for
No, don't talk about astronomy.
So if I'm out the dating scene, but if I were to be in the dating scene
What's your sign has been a thing
since forever,
Yeah.
but like now they said that because like the joke I saw was my son just walked in the room. My 14-year-old son just walked in the room and said, "Mama, what time was I born?" And I said, "Don't talk to that girl no more."
Nah.
You know, blah blah, right?
Bruja.
So yeah, if I had a hyena ask me that though,
Yeah.
like what's your date of birth and what time and what city were you? That'd be the end of that for me.
That'd
be the end of that.
Entertain it.
Hell no. I respect, mind you, I respect it. I respect it too much.
Ah, look at that.
It's not that I think
Look at that.
I respect it way too much. Like you gonna stay over there with your bruja self. Like I'm
Palo
good.
Santo.
So you're not Palo Santos crazy.
Palo Santo is crazy. Palo Santo's nuts.
Shut up.
Oh, we gotta start carrying them around.
Palo Santo is crazy. All right, go ahead.
So no,
I respect.
I'm gonna be honest. The brujas are kind of my favorite, dog, because they're.
Look, if you don't know it at first and you just slip up in some, bruja buns.
Some bruja cushion.
If you slip up in some bruja buns, you know what I'm saying, and she doing what it do or whatever the case is, and there's magical coochie, good for you. I think the minute you figure it out, though, you got to be like, okay, just I'm saying tread lightly, be respectful. I don't know.
I was talking to the homie the other day. I go, fuck, I need a bruja. At least somebody will care about me.
Oh man.
Nah, you know what though?
I'll entertain it. Like when I get asked. Like what's your sign? Da, da, da.
I'm gonna be honest. If you're a single man in whatever dating stage,
it's gonna happen.
You're gonna be asked. You're gonna
ask me for my birth chart or whatever the hell that is.
I'm
the time and all that.
I'm gonna be. Oh my god, I'm gonna flame. If a girl does that to me, I'm gonna flame her ass up like right there in the bar. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna be like, what in the world are you asking me right now?
But you like brujas.
Yeah. That's not a bruja. That okay, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the basis of the brujeria. What do you mean?
For real.
What do you mean? They're not praying to Jesucristo or nothing. You know what I mean? It's
No, because I thought the bruja. I'm used to the brujas. The get a piece of your crush's cabello so I can make them fall in love with you type of deal.
yeah, they believe in all that. That's all that. That's
You
that
want
whole.
a bruja, fool.
Yeah, I'm not talking about a Walter Mercado Jaina, because that's a Walter Mercado astrology Jaina, right?
That's fair.
That's because I'm thinking that's more astrology. That's
You know what's so funny about that name?
Walter Mercado, Walter Mercado.
Right. I for years just assumed that Walter was like a gay name.
Because of this fool?
Yeah.
Because of Walter
Because
Mercado?
of Walter Mercado. I just figured it was just a gay name, like
Thick ass.
like it's just
You know what name I thought was a gay name for guys? Guadalupe. Because as a kid, I had a neighbor, big old guy, 6 foot tall, brown, 400 pounds.
What's funny is
Homeboy was named Guadalupe.
Lupe. They're
Yes.
always big ass fools.
Big
I
homeboy.
never met a small Lupe because I have a Tío Lupe and that fool big as full.
Yeah.
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 I have a Tío Lupe.
I mean, that seems like and that seems like an actually effeminate name, like a womanly name, right? And no disrespect to anybody named Guadalupe, but it does seem. It does seem. Yeah. I meant with Walter. I literally thought it was like
Just
that
because
was
you
a
see
starter gay kid.
about Walter Mercado fool as a kid fool. My mom used to love watching this fool.
It's a Mexican institution.
Right.
Staple.
Minis. You know what I'm saying? But
The way you would finish it.
remember, he'd be like,
What is it? How would yeah.
bingo. You know what I'm saying? But can I tell you, for the longest, Walter Mercado
Shit.
used to scare the living bejesus out of me.
Why? You thought he was a clown?
Remember, he used to came out. Remember, like cold case files. Like
Man, he looked like a vampire.
no, what was it? Remember, he would come out like the dude on Unsolved Mysteries.
Mm.
But yeah, dressed like a vampire.
From the side?
Yeah, he would come. But remember, it would always be like dark.
Yeah. Smoky. And,
Yeah.
You know what reminded me of? Like, you know who else used to scare the hell out of me is Unsolved Mysteries. Do you remember Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah.
Where it would be the dude and he would be like in a street with fog and stuff. And he would be, the case
Yeah.
so for the longest, Walter Mercado scared the hell out of me.
That's funny.
And I didn't know. I thought it was because on first, I always knew about like the certain community that's, you know what I'm saying? But so I always thought that he was one of those, you know what I'm saying?
Like a drag queen?
I didn't know. I didn't know
Okay.
what it
Yeah.
was.
Sure.
Androgynous would be the word.
Androgynous is a good word.
He was androgynous as hell to me.
Yes,
He
very.
used to scare me because he used to pop out like a vampire and then be dressed like a wizard.
It's like a
He used to be dressed like a wizard.
Like
yeah, like a
He was.
magical gay wrestler.
Yes. Sick one. Yes. Bingo.
Walter Mercado was a magical gay
And
wrestler.
then it would be funny because then Walter would come on and my mom would call my tia and everybody else, right? Be like, hey, ya se está poniendo Walter. And I would run out of the room and everybody would start laughing.
Yeah.
Like when I was like in my teenage years, I realized that he was just reading like
Yeah. Just reading
signs.
tarot cards. Yeah.
For real, bro.
Signs.
You're like,
I was like, that's what I was scared.
I had you know what's so funny is I actually had a celly. Which one was it? It might have been the homie Baya. Can't remember. But I had a celly that like insisted on watching it. Like that fool was he was
I
dead
didn't know
serious
my
with it.
luck.
He was dead serious. Like
I feel
every
you.
time Walter was on, like that fool had to watch that. And he ain't asked for a whole lot of screen time. He was like, you can watch what you want. He's like, Walter Mercado every day. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then it was like I think it was a thing with him and his wife.
Yeah.
So his wife grew up watching it, and it was something that I guess they were talking like at a visit, and she was like,
Talk about this.
yeah.
That's good. That's actually,
And so that was something that they would do together,
that's
and then
what I
talk
was
about
saying.
it.
That's very nice because that probably they made them feel connected, like they were watching it together.
Yeah, you know, I always say the biggest like daytime television watchers are probably prisoners. Like, do you know how hard like a OG homie goes for their soaps?
Oh, it's the
You ever had you do not know fandom until you've met a prisoner with his video tatted on his face talking to you about Days of Our Lives. No, hold on, you laughing? You laughing?
Sorry, bro.
I'm not exaggerating. This fool literally, I remember the homie. This fool was dead serious. He was telling me about all my children, and different. And I was like, huh? Mind you, I remember we were in the hole. And so we're in the dog kennels, and it was the older homies kind of. Remember, there was a homie from Artesia, there was a homie from old neighborhood in the east side, and he was talking about his soaps, and I was like, soap operas, like All My Children. He goes, yeah, All My Children's cool. Some of their storylines, and he just starts going into detail, and I'm like, wait, huh?
That's funny.
And he goes, you gotta understand. You gotta understand, my boy, like. Think about it, youngster. When you're slammed down every single day and your soap comes on at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday.
That's program time right there.
He goes, and he was explaining, like he explained the way they do it. Like they have like character arcs. Like this person will go through their little drama and it'll last 6 months to a year and a half. And so you follow that. Right. And when you're doing 20 years, when you're never coming home, when you're doing 30 years, when you're doing 15 years, it's a cool way to pass the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the middle of the day when you slammed.
The homies where you were at, did they watch ER?
I don't remember ER being discussed, but I feel like, I don't know, was ER on the air when I was busted?
Oh, no,
that might have been over. You know what was big? So with so when I went out of state, it was cable.
The other homie that used to tell me, he's like, when I learned about that being the thing, I was very young, and he goes, "What are you talking about, fool? I love ER, George Clooney."
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one. It was like when we were out of state, we actually had some cable, so we were able to watch Jersey Shore, and we were all fascinated with Jersey Shore. We were fascinated, homie.
That's so Vinny.
Before we go on and let him go on a story about the Jersey Shore, first of all, check what live. I think it was when Cam DeGuapo was here when you told the Jersey Shore.
Did you ever clip that? You never clipped that, huh?
I'm gonna clip
should.
Yeah, bro, it's just funny, bro.
I can clip it. So watch that, and then today in the live while we were on the news, I don't know if you saw that. It was like, hey, does anybody ever tell that fool in the hat and the cookie sweater that he looks like a low key Vinny from Jersey Shore?
You know what's so funny? I didn't see that, but I seen another comment that said Hazard looks like he needs to start a pizzeria in the Bronx or something like that.
Hey, bro, you definitely sound like it too.
Got some Italian features. I don't know. That's the Wu-Tang. I don't know, bro. Growing up, I listened to a lot of East Coast hip hop, and then what it was my vocal pitch was very very high pitched when I was young, so it was easy for me to quote unquote like mimic like Eminem because he had like a nasally pitch.
Right.
And my thing there, at first I did it for attention, like, oh look, like I could sound like this fool, but then I was like, I really gotta have my own style. So I started like listening to rap and listening to what vocal tones I can mimic. But a lot of the West Coast stuff, if I do like a traditional West Coast pocket, it still sounds like M. Because listen to like Quick or Early Corrupt and listen to the way their syllabication is. And you can hear where M got some of the stuff from, right? So I was like, no, that still doesn't sound, So like my style was like a mix of like late 90s, mid 90s, late 90s East Coast stuff, and then down south stuff. That was where I kind of found certain pronunciations, but I rap so damn much that I started saying coffee the way I say it. You know what I'm saying? Certain words I say, and I'm like, oh, I don't even know how it happened. I don't. I get it all the time. Like, are you from New York? I'm like, no. I just jokingly, I just be like,
you were, bro.
yeah, I joking. I just be like, I just listen to a lot of Wu-Tang.
It comes from Wu-Tang.
It comes from. I'm gonna be real. It comes from that. The Nas records, just every single day. Because there's certain words that he'll say the same thing, but he's a huge Nas head, huge Nas fan. So I hear him in certain rhymes that he says too. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's just, but we just loved that shit so much and did it so much. There was times where I wouldn't shut the hell up. I wouldn't stop rapping.
That makes sense because the first time I ever really sat down and really loved an album, it wasn't the West Coast. It was Nas.
Yeah, it was Illmatic. Yeah, that's like your favorite album of all time. So for me, like I liked all that stuff growing up, but then it was me like literally searching for how to spit my bars. I played with it for like 6-8 months, just trying to see what I could not sound like somebody else. That was my thing. I wanted to have and you're gonna have influence. That's okay. I think if anything is dope to kind of give it up to the OGs that influenced you. Like Be Real. But I just listened to fools like that had. I knew what my voice was capable of, and I knew I was never gonna sound like a Pop Smoke. There's just nothing. There's a tone I just can't match that. Right? I don't have that raspiness.
You definitely give
Yeah.
Sopranos were in 2024.
That's fire.
You would definitely be
fire. Shouts out the homie. I had a homie show me that series in there.
Yeah.
Because they were replaying it on AMC, I think it was. And so he's like, oh, you're gonna love this, Has. And he put on the Sopranos, and I was like, oh, this is fire.
That's dope.
Fire. Like there's so much that.
You look like one of their primos for sure.
Gracias. Imagine if I got I should do it. No, I don't want to do a 23andMe though, because then they take your DNA and.
That's what I was about to
Yeah. Truchas.
Nah, they on some weird stuff right now.
They keep that shit.
Yeah, I'm good, doggy.
Hey, I grew up watching telenovelas though, fool.
You know what?
I fucking love me a good telenovela. Not anymore, but growing up.
That's what I was about to say. Because when I was young, and when I would stay home and I would be like, Mom, I'm sick. And then she would be like, okay, te vas a dormir. You're not going to be doing nothing, right? Like, whatever. So she'd be like, you can't watch TV, but I'm going to watch my novelas. And I would just sit there with her. You know what I'm saying?
Un camino.
No, Dos Mujeres, Un Camino is crazy. You know which one I love? Is Mujer, Casos de la Vida Real.
Okay, that's crazy. What about Como Dice el Dicho? You remember that? Como Dice el Dicho? You know that one? Como Dice el Dicho is crazy.
No, I even food. The original Betty La Fea, fool.
Okay, I would say of the new ones, I loved the original La Reina del Sur.
Yeah.
Not the Queen of the South, although Queen of the South was
La Reina.
Yeah.
Queen of the South, La
Reina del Sur with Cate del Castillo.
Yeah.
Fire. I was in there, bro. I was in there watching that. Who else? She's in Queen of the South. She's in Queen of the South. Yeah, she's not in Reina del Sur. So in Reina del Sur, bro, that show was crazy. And we were in there for that. I was in there for that one.
Yeah.
There was that one, and then there was another one before that one. I remember the homies. I had an older celly.
Were you fools watching hella Mexican Mexican noticias too?
Oh yeah, Jackie Guerrero or whatever. Jackie, what's her name? Jackie
Guerrero.
Guerrero, right?
I think so.
Guerrero. Dog, like I can't. Me personally, I'm watching the news. Dog. I'm not gonna sit there and I can't. That's weird to me.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna hold you. Like she got me through some tough times. My boy. Look, my. This is the same Sally that liked the Reina del Sur, and then there was another one called Más Sabe el Diablo. I think it was called Más Sabe el Diablo. That was fire. That one was fire. That one was fire. That was fire. And then that because it was around the same time, like and that was the Sally I had. No longer with us actually, but he loved that, and then he loved the noticias. That was his thing. Was those that like prime time novelas like 8 or 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 of them. I remember Más Sabe el Diablo, and then I remember the Reina del Sur, and then he liked the Telemundo news, I think it was.
Yeah, that's
and it was straight for the highness.
Yeah.
Like it was straight. Like his thing was he loved the thigh gap. He was like the thigh gap kid. Before I had ever even heard of that, it was him. You know what I mean? He's like, look at that. And I'm like, what?
That is
He's
a great
like,
observation.
Can you elaborate on his theory of the thigh gap? Because I know, but what about people that don't know?
Right. No, his thing was just like, honestly, a homie had done a lot of time, right? And he was just like, you know what I be missing sometimes? I'm like, what? He goes, taste of some good pussy. You know what I mean? So it was like, you know, and he was like a, you know, he was straight state raised, state made homie. You know what I'm saying? And done a lot of time. Good homie though. And he like I said, he's no longer with us. Rest in peace. But that fool was a different. It was when I learned like, oh, you don't ever get over this horny shit.
No.
This fool's in his like. At the time, he's probably in his 40s, I guess.
The hell no.
I was like, oh, this shit never goes away.
But
you understand, I was 22.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, of course. Yeah, duh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, whatever.
No,
This was
can I tell you? Okay.
the más mañana.
Rest
Good
in
homies.
peace.
Oh, man.
Rest
Más
in
mañana que la
peace.
chingada. You know
Rest
what I'm
in peace, my nano.
saying?
But he had his youngest son, my Uncle Frank, para acabarle. He had my Uncle Frank. My nano must have been like 76 or 70 or something like that.
Yeah. My dad was old too. I finished telling y'all.
Yeah, how old was.
We'll go into.
No, I'm talking about how old was his baby? Wait.
My grandma was. Well, remember he had grabbed my grandma when he was in his 50s.
Okay.
And she was like 18, so she must have been like in her late 40s at the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But hold on, no.
So my grandpa
Mm-hmm.
comes into my grandma's life when she's 18.
And he is
50.
Jesus. Okay, and he was 76 at the last one.
It's 70 something at the last one. I'm just saying
So
76.
your abuelita,
I'm not sure, but he was in his 70s.
So your poor abuelita sitting there like in her 40s having another baby.
Yeah, having another baby.
That's really bad.
No, but needless to say, he was getting it in until his 70s. Until my grandpa couldn't move, I'm almost positive he was laying palo.
Yeah.
And then what's funny though is okay, so they want to have my uncle Frank, right? And my pops tells me a story. He's no, and then your grandpa went to the witch doctor because he's old, but he's shooting blanks. So he went to the witch doctor. And speaking of brujas and brujeria, he goes, and they gave him this concoction, and he just had this big like glass bottle, and it looked like water, but it was like tea leaves and like different.
I already
things.
know there was an egg in that.
Yeah, it was different stuff. I don't know what exactly
sure
it was.
Egg,
and he's and one day I came in after I don't know what I was doing. And then I took a big swig of it, and then I saw what it was, and then I spit everything back out because it tasted horrible. And then they told him, no lo tomas. Es pa tu papá. And then turns out that was the juice that helped create my tío.
Well, shout out to the bruja that sold him the water.
And if you're a bruja that thinks I'm cute.
That is at my homeboy Dodger.
So we're coming up on an hour. This was just gonna be a quick little mess around episode, just to get us back into the mix of going live real quick. We wanted to get back to here. I know the last 2 episodes been at the record spot.
Yes, sir.
So stay tuned. We're gonna start recording a couple more. This was gonna be short and sweet, but I got I got a thought to leave y'all with. You can hit me with your message, but before you hit me with the message, because I think that's gonna be the best to like,
Yeah, bet.
Um, you know what bothers me?
So,
People that be like fake busy.
if people will make time for what they have time for. I'm convinced of that.
Even then, like they don't even make time, but they're always so busy. You know what I'm saying? Even for themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you busy about? Like, okay, it's not even like a thing. It's like it's not even like a make time for somebody thing. It's just like they're like, I'm so busy, and then I'm like, with what? Like you're the manager at Dollar Tree. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Probably putting stuff back.
how busy can the Dollar Tree manager be?
Look, I worked at a grocery store for like a second. There's a lot to do. If you're like stocking shelves and whatnot, it's a pain. Matching barcodes. And especially the Dollar Tree. When's the last time you walked into a Dollar Tree?
There's one in the hood.
Okay, so you walk into the Dollar Tree, ain't nothing everywhere it's supposed to be at.
That's what I'm saying.
So they gotta put stuff back.
But it's never there, so how is they putting it back?
All right, listen to the young lady that's been ignoring his calls that works at the Dollar Tree with the fatty. You're not right. You see what you're doing to my boy?
You got Dodger
And at least, and you know what you owe him? I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what you owe him? You owe him like whatever little hood related items that you do sell. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that might be. You know what I'm talking about. Baños. You know what I'm saying? If y'all still hit rubbers at the Dollar Tree,
yeah, I think so.
This man. All right. I know they don't sell royalty honey there, so shouts out to our sponsor, Royalty Honey. Y'all can go ahead and hit Eyekon for the discount code. Tap in with LA Eyekon. If you DM him, he will give you a personal discount code that is a lot more than if you were to pay on the site for Royalty Honey.
Yeah, no worries. Hit Eyekon right now.
You, Heina, at the Dollar Tree with the fatty that is ignoring my boy. You see how you are?
Really?
You see how you are?
No, okay, it wasn't even that. So the thing is like, it's not that she's ignoring my calls. It's like, do you not have any other ambition than to be the manager at the Dollar Tree?
We talked about this before. I was gonna say, like, bro, like to manage a store, that could be what you call it.
I wonder what that. I wonder what a manager.
Store manager?
Dollar Tree.
I know at Rouse or like Stater Brothers, you're making some paper, but at Dollar Tree, how much do you think?
I know In-N-Out managers are making money.
Oh, In-N-Out managers make a lot of money. In-N-Out managers, I wish I was an In-N-Out manager. To be honest with you, I would do that in a second.
I ain't gonna lie. You know which one I've been thinking about doing is freaking UPS. Because the driver's been eating.
Yeah, do you know how hard it is to become a driver? You can't just go apply to be a driver.
Yeah.
You got to go like
you got to start
sort boxes. Yeah, you got to sort boxes. Then it's a lottery process to become a driver.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. So for when they cashed them out the way they did, like when they said, I was like, about time. Because they weren't getting that before.
Yeah.
And the amount of time they had been there trying
They were
to
getting decent, but they weren't eating like how they're eating.
Yeah,
now.
and good for them.
Yeah, they
Good
were.
for them.
They were.
So let's Google it. What does a Dollar Tree store manager make? Dollar Tree store manager salary.
But fake busy.
With fake busy.
It's fake
the average
busy
salary for a Dollar Tree store manager in California is $69,055 per year, huh?
Not
That ain't shabby.
horrible.
It's not bad.
That ain't bad.
Not horrible.
Not bad.
That's average. Excuse me.
All right. So I guess
It's terrible. You know what I mean? It's like it's. I don't know, what do CNAs make now? Like what does a medical assistant make now?
CNAs and medical assistants don't make too much. I know nurses are eating.
No, nurses eat. But
Nurses are
what do CNAs and medical assistants make? I feel like that's on
like
par.
60. Yeah,
maybe maybe a little bit less because
I did not think that wages were gonna come into this, but whoever you are, see how you are. You see how you are.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
was talking about over here. Looking it up.
You know what I'm saying? Go restock your Thanksgiving plates and your early Christmas decorations.
So with that being said, I just want to leave y'all with this. Just make sure y'all are locking in. Lock in and make sure you're doing your due. Your boy Dodger has maybe not locked in for the past week or so with a bunch of other stuff going on and the maniacadas mixed into one.
Yeah, my boy be in the street sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? So I think you're gonna see a lot more content and a lot more.
You know what else is in the streets? Stop signs, and they prevent crashes every single day.
Right now, I gotta lock in.
Yeah.
So right now, my advice to the world is lock in, whatever that means to you. If you're a hood rat, lock in to being a hood rat. If that means going out to the club,
Yes.
be out at every function, just lock in and do what you need to do. If you're a barber, make sure you're barbering. If
Yeah.
you're a rapper, make sure you're rapping and
For
doing
real.
what you need to do.
No
You
wrong.
just need to lock in. That's all. You know what I'm saying? We've been very successful for locking in the past couple months, and I think everybody just needs to lock in and do what you need to do.
I completely agree. I think I would almost piggyback off of that. I had a thought and then I lost it. This shout out to Puff LA.
Oh, and real quick, shout out to my personal sponsor, Puff LA. Go ahead and hit them up. That's Puff LA
Yeah.
underscore official.
Yeah, Puff LA underscore fish for sure. I think what I would add to that is, I had some. Give me 1 second because we can edit this out. Oh yeah, lock in, and what I would say is, I think it's helpful. It's not always necessary, but I know it's helped me. You got to fall in love with the process of the work that you're doing. I think we get too focused on, as a society, we get way too focused on the end result. If I could just get this amount of money, or if I could just have this, if I could just have that, if I could, we're greedy, right? As people, naturally. I think that when you fall in love with the process of whatever you're doing, that's when the good stuff comes. You all that'll come with it if you're locked in and if you're focused on the process of it. I think it's so important because we've been doing, shouts out my guy right here. Apart from the Gaslight Boys, this guy's A&R, my newest project that we're getting ready to drop, and like we've been so locked in with that and making sure that we're getting across this finish line with a project. We're very happy. But I just looked up and it's like I got Julio G hosting my project. You know what I'm saying?
We're going into mixing now.
We're going into mixing. We got like his full support. I mean, like full support. Which I got to talk to you about after this actually. But it wasn't like, oh, I'll do a favor for the homies. Like he literally said, I'm putting my name on this. Let's make this the dopest it could be. Words out of his mouth. And I wasn't even thinking about him doing that. It was just I was so focused on this project that me and him were having a conversation, and he was like, what are you working on? And when I told him, I was like, oh, you want to host it? And he got hyped, right? And it was one conversation, simple.
That's dope.
But I think when you're locked in and when you like fall in love with the process of what you're doing, only really good things can come from that. Because if you have a challenge or whatever, you're figuring out how to get around it because you're locked in and you're in love with the process of it. Let me get around it. Let me keep going. Right? So like really only good stuff can come from that. It's only forward motion. It's only, you know what I mean? When you're it don't matter what you got going on around you. So I would say that while you're locked in, stay in love with the process of what you do.
No, most
For
definitely.
sure. Absolutely.
Just as much as we like to party, I think we should just work, and I think that's why I kind of lost focus this last week because you know how hard I work.
Oh man, this guy right here, he goes at it, and I think it's not always for social media consumption. We do a lot quietly.
Yeah, I'm a part of a lot of your favorite influencers, editing and different things like that.
Yeah, and shouts out to you've been killing that, by the way.
Yeah,
but I think that truly being in love with the process of what you do, it's almost gonna guarantee great results.
Yeah, no, so definitely locking in. Also, take some time for yourself. What's up, Frank? You want to leave us with something?
I mean, just to piggyback off of what you guys are saying, maybe be in the moment in order to be able to
rock with that.
Lock in and perform.
I think that's dope.
You know what I mean?
Okay, with that being said, can I push for something for Frank here?
Okay.
And everybody in the comments go bug Frank for this, but we're gonna make a thing because Frank gave me an amazing. Everybody's like, oh, this is a reason you should have kids, and everybody has reasons that you should have kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we should have Frank's list of reasons not to have kids.
I'm so down to hear that. I'm so down to hear that. I'm so down.
I'll go ahead and show you the clip after this, but we
Yeah.
have a clip in the car.
This fool, bro.
So I think you need to come up with like a big list of reasons. It's not
A big list.
and that'll be a series of content for you.
For sure.
That is
I'm down.
red flags.
Oh, I'm too down.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Too
I'll
down.
rock with that.
All right. With that being said, we are the Gaslight Boys. Sorry for the short episode this week. Don't trip. We got something special in tune for you next week. Follow us at my homeboy Dodger, at I Like Coffee and Girls, at I'm a Hazard, at the Gaslight Boys podcast. Make sure you follow the YouTube channel. Good stuff. Shout out the sponsors. Shout out my personal sponsors. And that's it, big dog.
Oh yeah.